Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and talk about the different types of extensions, and there are millions of different ways you can do it. I just want to go over the basic kinds, sorta. Um, the first one I want to talk about is weft extensions. I'll have a picture pop up showing you what they are. Okay, now those you can do many different things with. You can do different styles of weaves. You can do quick weaves, sew-in weaves. You can make quick weave wigs, and you can also put them in your own hair just to extend them using liquid gold or the black glue. Now, liquid gold you can use just like you would the black glue, and I don't have first-hand experience with liquid gold, but I was told you can wash your hair. They have special shampoo and conditioner for it, which is right here. And they have a dissolvent for it that you use to take them out. That's just what I was told about it, and so I don't really know much about it. Now the black glue, I do know enough about because I've used it a lot. You can use that with the same exact method as liquid gold. You just line it. I have a video on it on my other channel if you want to go look at that. That glue you cannot wash your hair with. It does dissolve. Well, it doesn't dissolve, but you can get it out if you use conditioner. That's one way. There's another way that I found out that you can use, but it ruins the extensions where you can't use them again, and it's tough to get out of your hair. And you could use baby oil, and that makes the glue gooey again, but it never dries. So it dissolves it, and you can pull them out and not feel anything, and it won't rip your hair out, and it never damages your hair. It does take a little bit to get the baby oil out of your hair, and since the glue doesn't harden again, it just stays gooey, it ruins the extensions. So every time you go to do your extensions, you have to buy a new pack, which isn't a problem with most people because that's what they do anyway. The other type of extensions are fusion extensions. Here's a picture of that. And one way you use that is the U-tip you can use to actually fuse to your hair along with the eye stick hair. And you can use a heat wand, which melts the bond, and it's keratin most of the time, and it fuses to your hair. And the bond, or the heat wand, looks like this. Now, I personally own one of those, and I've done it before, and I really like that method. Now, these normally last about 6 months, and the only reason that they only last 6 months is because you need to go and get them reapplied. Now, they don't start falling out, or they don't start slipping, or any of that. You may get an occasional one that will fall out, but they don't start falling out, and it doesn't ruin your hair once they get long. So all you do is you go into your beauty place, and they will take the bonds out, wash your hair, deep condition it and all that, and reapply them in the same day. And that's a really good method. The other method is you use eye stick hair, and those you can use with micro rings. Now, micro rings are little beads that are normally aluminum, and they're covered in a silicone or a rubber. Now, you use two utensils to put these in. You use a pair of pliers and a hook to pull your hair through the ring, and there's a picture of those. Now, what you do is you take a little slice of your hair, just like you would if you were gluing them in, and you thread the bead onto your needle, and you hook your hair into it, and you pull the bead up. Then you slide your eye stick hair into the bead, and you crimp it with your pair of pliers. Now, that is safe. There's no glue or anything, but I find with those that they slip out a little easier. So if you're looking for a more permanent way, I would go with the actual fusion with melting the glue to your hair. If you have really thin hair and damage and you don't want to hurt it anymore, I'd suggest micro rings. Now, I don't know the extended period of those ones, but I do know they last that long. You can also, all the hair that I'm talking about, you can also get in any texture, any color, any places. Down below, I'll link a few sites that you guys can go to and check out to where you can get any of the hair that I've talked about or any of the supplies. Now with the Fusion one, I have one myself. I bought it on eBay, and it cost me about $30 with shipping and handling and everything. But I got that a while ago, like a year and a half ago, and so I don't know if you can get it that cheap anymore. I know they're on there, you just have to search for them. Now if you were to go to a supplier, like Sally's Beauty Supply or something, they do have the iStick hair. They are pretty expensive. You can buy about 100 strands for $112. Now that's just in my beauty supply store. You can go online, and you can get them for like $1 a piece, each stick of hair. So they are pretty expensive, but you can reuse them up to twice, and if they last 6 months, that'll last you about a year. So I think you'll get your money's worth, and it depends on what type you get, like Remy or virgin hair, you know. So it just depends. All they'll do is put the glue back on. Like they'll wash out the glue and re-put it on so you can use them again. I will have a video showing you actually how to tip your own hair. So if you can buy like bulk Remy hair or bulk virgin hair, you know, that normal people would use for braiding, you can use that hair and tip it yourself and use it, so it may save you a little bit of money. You can get keratin glue sticks, and I'll have a picture of those, and you use that with a glue gun. Any glue gun works. Or you can buy, they're like little beads, and you just put them on your Fusion one because they have a flat part, like on a flat iron, on your Fusion one, and you just put the beads on there, wait for them to melt, and you tip it that way. That's more time consuming. Or you can get a hot pot, and that's a big pot that melts all the glue together, and you just dip the hair in. Once in a while, you might want to cut it in half to make sure the glue is going through all the hair, so you're gluing it all. And then there is skin wefts. I've never used those, but those are, I'll show a picture of them. And pretty much what those are is a strip with hair glued onto it. Like, it's not wefted or sewn together. I want to say it's like lace wig. You know how they ventilate that in there? And it's like that, but on strips that you glue to your hair. Now you have a front and a back, and you place one behind a thin layer of hair, and you flip that over, and you put another piece on there. I don't know how much those would cost anybody because I know nothing really about them. I was just telling you guys about different types. But these are just the ones that I know, and most of them I've researched and used myself on other people or myself. So I have worn extensions. I don't like put them in and keep them in, but I try them, you know, see how long they last, how easy it is to take care of them, and so on and so forth. But I find that my favorite extensions for African American are weaves. And I think those last forever, and it depends on what kind of clothing you use, because you can get a lace front or a lace closure, and it looks really natural, and I love that. And for Caucasian people, most of them I think would either get the Fusion or the micro rings. If you do it yourself, it's going to be a lot cheaper. I've heard in some salons that for Fusion it can run up to $2,000. So I don't know so much about that, but because I do it all myself, I can't fathom paying that much for it. But other than that, tell me if you guys liked this type of video, and I'll keep going with these types. I do have hair videos coming up. Tell me below in the comments whether you want a video on what type of those extensions you want to see me do. So I can get into more detail about it. Now, if it's one that I haven't used, it's going to take a little longer because I'm going to have to do research on it, and I'm going to have to go buy all of it. So let me know in the comments. Also, rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. Okay? Bye.